Almost every function in the company has seen a benefit by using the Snowflake Data Cloud. And it's just so amazing to see all the different areas and businesses that Honeywell's involved in. Everything from aerospace, oil and gas, energy, healthy buildings, our safety and protection equipment, and of course, Honeywell Connected Enterprise. And when you think about all that Honeywell can do for the organization, 60% of our portfolio is now products that will drive and help us and our customers around sustainability. When you think about the industrial sector in general, you do have a lot of legacy technology. We're a 114-year-old company. We had multiple enterprise data warehouses, 33 to be exact. And if you have 33 enterprise data warehouses, you don't have a data cloud. The value of that data cloud, when you pull in all these sources of information, so from all the different transactional systems, so whether that's ERP, whether that's Salesforce, when that information comes into a central location, that's where you can tease out the value between the different sources of data to look for those different insights. Prior to me joining, the organization had said we're going to be on this data path and actually had selected Snowflake. However, what we needed to do is to make sure that we're not only using Snowflake as our data platform, but the reality is we want to make sure that we've got all the governance around data. We have 5 strategic business units, and we want to make sure that we're treating revenue, OpEx, orders, bookings with the same definition and the same governance structure across the company. The last 3 years have been, I think, the most challenging in industry. Whether it's the pandemic, the supply chain, the inflation, organizing ourselves around all these different headwinds that are hitting the organization. And really what's been one of our saviors inside of Honeywell is the data cloud. When you step back and think about it, the supply chain is really a data problem. It really is as simply said as matching demand and supply. But the reality is when we have at Honeywell over 3.5 million sellable SKUs, and of those sellable SKUs, you can have 1 to 1,000 parts in that sellable SKU. With 55,000 suppliers, it makes the supply and demand quite difficult. How you want to organize that is to understand through data, what supply do I need in what location? How do I think about transportation? How do I think about getting those supplies to those certain locations so that we can ship our products and services to our customers? Really what Snowflake and the Data Cloud has helped us to solve that. So the Snowflake Manufacturing Data Cloud that we've enabled has really allowed us as an organization to put all this information together from traditionally transactional systems like ERP and Salesforce. But when you put all this information together, you see things that you otherwise would never see. Just the plethora of data, just the information that's available. So you see what I call these actionable insights. Inflation meets pricing. Inventory is now managed across the globe, across 400 sites at every level of the inventory, every hour of every day. So not only do you see this information and data in one location, but you're seeing it all near real time, certified, harmonized, sanctioned as the source of truth for the company.